Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the replay. Welcome to Daily Fuel. My name is Bobby, and I am the host of this group, Quantasy. Yeah. If you're in the replay, let me just get through all this junk. If you're in the replay, let me know you're in the replay. You can write a hashtag. You can write a comment, but I like the hashtags. Hashtag I'm in the replay. Hashtag why doesn't Bobby start at 6:33 if he puts 6:33 as the start time? Why does he start at 6:34 or 6:37 or some other weird time? I don't know, but you can ask that question in the hashtags if you want to. And then I'll come back and I'll say hi in the replays. But if you're watching live, then do me a favor. You can comment the whole time that I'm talking, and I'm going to go through my spiel. You can just comment while I'm talking. I like that. I like hearing the clicky sounds when you guys comment. Every time you comment, my Ecamm makes a click sound, and it just lets me know while I'm talking that you're still there. Because when I don't hear that sound for like 10 minutes, I'm like, am I talking to nobody? I get nervous. And then I'm going to come back. I'm going to ignore all the comments while I'm reading my spiel, but then I'm going to come back to the screen and I'm going to read them and put your face up on the screen. So if you didn't click that Ecamm link anytime ever, then or recently, then your face isn't going to show up. And it's just going to say Facebook user. But if you have clicked that link, you don't have to click it every day. You just have to click it one time, theoretically, and then you're set forever and ever and ever, or until Facebook decides, you're not set anymore, and you got to click it again. I don't know why people have to click it again, but you do sometimes. Let's get started, okay? Let's get started. Unable to recognize the forest. And then I did that little clever thing where I made the letters light up a different color, and if you noticed, it says "You are the forest," right? So I thought it was clever, and Kirsten noticed. Thank you, Kirsten. I see you're here. I see Kirsten is here, and Ray is here, and Hector's here, and Kirsten and Amy and Peter and Robin and Marsha. Marsha, I can see you. That's great. All right, I'm gonna read all these comments later, but. Okay, first of all, number one. This isn't my number one of the three things. This is just, I just said number one for no reason. Forget that. Number zero. This is number zero, okay? This live might be normal. It might be weird. I am like this. And yesterday everybody said, "Oh, you're on fire. You're funnier than usual." It's because I was more animated, I think, than even usual, which is weird because I get very animated on these things. But today, I don't know if I'm going to be even more animated, but today I feel like something clicked in my head that I've been working on since I started this group back in September, and I want to share it with you. So this live might be all over the place because because some of the lives that I do are like a solid concept. It's a thing I've been talking about and saying a lot, and it kind of flows off my tongue, and I can get into a groove, and it just comes out naturally. And those lives, I've got my three things, and they're solid, and I know this stuff backwards and forwards, blah, 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 blah. And then some lives is where I'm working on a new thing, and I do it live because I got to do this every day, except Sunday. And then sometimes when it's a new concept, I feel like I don't have it yet. I'm reaching for it. I don't want to use the word struggling, but it's like it's still cooking. You know what I mean? It's still cooking. And this is one of those ones where it's like all of a sudden I realized that it's done cooking. I didn't even know the meal was cooking. And man, it's like a freaking Thanksgiving dinner. And it's something that I don't think I'm going to say words you've never heard me say before. I don't think this is going to be like some new concept. Like forget everything I've ever said. I think it just clicked in my head more. So I wanna talk about it. And by the way, this one was inspired by all of that, and I was trying to answer two questions that Thomas Shelby Customs wrote in yesterday's live and the day before. And one of them he wrote, what is the beginning? What is the genesis of desire or impulses? And then the other one he says, when does desire end? So basically I combine them into one question, like when does desire begin and end? Is what he was asking. And I want to answer that question, or at least begin to answer that question today. Because that question and my attempt to answer that question as today's Daily Fuel led to this, wait a minute, I'm talking about something way bigger. And so bear with me while we get through this, okay? Can't see the forest for the trees. We've all heard that expression, right? Okay, so I've got 3 things that I want to say. They might make sense, they might not, they might go together. I'm not really sure. They kind of do in my head. Let's see if they do, and maybe if they don't, we can make sense of it in the comments. So, number 1 is we have desires that don't seem to work in this world. Have you ever noticed that? They don't work. Wouldn't it be great? Why do we have... Now, I've heard Abraham say, if this time-space reality has the wherewithal to give you a desire and a thought, then it has the ability to make that a reality for you, right? I'm paraphrasing. I started saying their words exactly, and then I realized I forgot the quote. But it's kind of like that. If you can think it, the universe can do it. That's basically what Abraham says. And I believe that, except I don't. Because the shit that I want doesn't seem to work in this world. Have you ever noticed that? Do you really want to go to work every day? Do you really want to? I mean, maybe you have a job that you love, right? Maybe you have a job that you love, and if that's the case, that's awesome. But most people, even if they have a job that they love, they don't want to have to go there every day for 8 hours, for 10 hours. They don't have to want, they don't want to have to work overtime or work a second job or do all these other things. And by the way, this does not apply to just work and money. This applies to everything. There are so many things in life that we want to do and so many things in life that we have to do. And there are so many desires that we have that simply don't work in this world. So what do we do? Well, have you noticed that what most people do, and by most people, I mean practically all people do, is we change our desires. We change our desires. I'd love to win the lottery and not have to work so I can quit my job and just do this all the time, but that ain't gonna happen, right? Right? So what do I do? So I do this instead. Right? That's what we do. It's like, well, I have this big dream that I would love to open this gallery or to have this show or to have this kind of a career or to run this kind of a business or to travel the world. But that shit ain't happening anytime soon. Nuh-uh. So I'll do this instead. We change our desires. Today I decided, let's reject the fucking world. Let's just reject the world. If our desires don't fit the world, why do we assume there's something wrong with our desires? There's something wrong with our perception of the world. Which led me to the answer to Thomas's question: when do desires begin and end? Beginnings and endings are... I'm going to sneeze. Oh, boy. Beginnings and endings are 3D concepts, okay? We are spiritual beings on a human adventure. Another way to say that is we are eternal beings on a mortal adventure, right? So mortal assumes that there's a beginning and an end. There's a birth and a death. What time does the party start? And then the party ends, right? We don't go to the amusement park forever, right? We went the other day and we had some fun and then we went home. Well, beginnings and endings are part of the human adventure, but they're not part of the spiritual being part. Spiritual beings are eternal. We are eternal. You are eternal. I am eternal. Which means we have been around for infinity. And it's a really hard concept to grasp. Mathematically, it's not that big of a deal to talk about infinity. But the idea of it as I've always been me. I've just always been. Been what? We don't even know because we can't remember. But and we don't even know what's next after this. But we know that it's eternal. And it's like eternal in both directions, right? It's not like, oh, I was born and now I will be eternal for forevermore after that day. No, it was, I've always been eternal. I've always been eternal. And it's a messed up concept. So the idea of beginnings and endings are something that we have here. What did I want to say about this? So let's talk about. I've said this before that because I wrote notes here, but I had so much that I wanted to say. I had to truncate my notes. Now I'm looking at my notes, going, "What the fuck what does that mean?" But I remembered because I'm smart. So here's what I wanted to say about this. Now we went to Great Adventure the other day, right? Now I have been saying all along that like us going, us the spiritual beings coming to Earth is like us the human beings going to the amusement park. It's like we have our normal life that we do here on Earth, blah 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 blah. But once in a while, it would be nice to do something really fun and wild. Let's go to the amusement park, right? And that's what we do in Source Energy Land, or so that's how I see it, right? Like we do our thing where we're Source Energy beings and we're hanging out and we're doing shit and blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden we're like, you know what, this is boring. I want to go to the amusement park. And the amusement park for us, the eternal beings us, is couple of decades, a few decades, whatever it is, on Earth. I'm going to Great Earth, Great Adventure Earth, right? And it's like we come here and we ride the roller coaster of life, blah, 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 ups and downs and forwards and backwards and twists and turns and all this stuff. But when do desires begin and end is what Thomas asked. And it's not like we came here and then suddenly it was like, what do I desire? No, it's like we came here because we had desires, and those desires were eternal. They were eternal. And it's kind of like I went to the amusement park the other day, but I knew before I went to the amusement park that I love roller coasters. Well, how did I know that? I know that because I've been on them and because I just love the concept of them and I love the idea of the fun and the adventure of it. What's my point? My point is that we may have a desire that is sparked as an impulse or intuition or whatever word you like in our minds and our hearts here as these human beings, but the spiritual being us has had these desires forever, eternity. And we went to the amusement park on Friday, but I knew 10 months ago that I love roller coasters. I knew 10 years ago that I love roller coasters, right? It wasn't like I got to the amusement park and was like, what's that thing? You know what I mean? And then decided that I like, no, I've always known, but I don't always go to the amusement park. Just because I love them doesn't mean I go there every day. You know what I mean? I swear to God, I feel like I have so many thoughts about this that I don't have the words to say them succinctly, and I need like a 10-hour daily fuel to get this out of what I want to say, and I'm gonna wrap it up by explaining what that's going to mean. But so anyway, that was where I was going with the answer to beginnings and ending, and that's when I realized that we've had these desires forever. We've had these desires forever, right? Going back to number one, because that's really the bigger point that I'm trying to make. We've had these desires forever. They never started. They never had a beginning, and they will never have an end. We will live our life here on Earth and then go back to being Source Energy beings and maybe live dozens or hundreds or millions or an infinite number of other lives, whatever the hell we do. And these desires will never, ever end. We will continue. Now I want to try this kind of world. Now I want to go to this amusement park. Now I want to try this one. Now I want to do this thing. Now I want to play this game. And now I don't even want to go on roller coasters. I want to go on a spaceship. You know what I mean? It's like I want to do the new things, but it's the same kind of desire. And then we get here on Earth and we have these eternal desires, and we get here and somebody says to us, you can't do that because you don't have enough money, or you can't do that because you have to go to work, or you have to go to school, or you have to do some other shit that people have to do, right? And we go, oh, yeah, I guess you're right, I can't do that. Well, I guess my desires are stupid. I'll just trudge along on the stupid planet and do things the way everybody else does. And we assume that the world is right and that our desires are wrong. And so going back to number one, I say, let's reject the world. And I don't have an answer to that. I don't have a solid, like, this is how you reject the world. I'm just saying, like, that's going to be my new philosophy is world, I reject you. That's it. I'm making a new world. And as my last point, number 3, is that energy cannot be created or destroyed. And this is a different point, and I feel like this one is gearing up to bigger and better daily fuels. So I'm kind of throwing all things at you today. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, and yet we come here and we call ourselves artists, which is great, and we feel like we're trying to create things, and we are. I'm not saying that we don't create stuff, but my thinking is that we already created it. We brought it here with us, right? And I'm feeling like I'm going to make another analogy. Forget the whole we're going to amusement park thing. Let's pretend that source energy going to Earth is like an artist going to put their art in the gallery. Okay, I have source energy is like, look at all this stuff. I got all these desires. I made all this stuff. I want to go to Earth and I want to like make it and see it in 3D. I want to feel it and smell it and taste it and touch it and hear it and whatever else you know what I mean? And it's like, because you can't do that in the nebulous mist. So it's like, I'm going to go, it's kind of like now us artists saying, look, I got all these paintings and they're going to let me hang it in the gallery and people are going to look at it. Except what do? We don't go to the gallery with our paintings and hang them up and stuff like that. We show up at the gallery with nothing, and we go, I'm just going to paint some shit on the wall. And by the way, how come there's no paint here? Where are my resources? Why can't you give me some paint? I don't have enough paint. Damn it, I can't put things on the wall. You don't go to the gallery and paint on the walls. You go to the gallery with your art, and you hang it up, right? And so what we're trying to do is we've come to this planet, and we're trying to paint on the walls with whatever shit we find lying around. When we brought it all with us. Except we said that, well, the world doesn't seem to fit our desires, and the world must be right because look, I can see it. There it is. I can see this, and look at that guy on the news, and they're bombing that thing, and right, well, my dreams don't seem to fit into this world. I guess there's something wrong with me. We can't see the forest for the trees. The forest is so much bigger than we thought. This is all going to be what I am going to call phase 3. And phase 3 is going to start on Monday. I'm going to, today's Thursday, and we're going to FIT tomorrow to bring my daughter to school. That's not weird at all. And we're going to be dropping her off and leaving. Leaving her in New York City. Bye. That's what we're doing tomorrow. So Saturday, I have a feeling that I might be home. I might not. I have a feeling that it's not the best day for me to plan a live. So I'm going to take Saturday off as well. And then Sunday I have off. So we're going to come back on Monday. And Monday is going to be phase 3 of this group. Phase 1 was the beginning of the group where we were all like, what the fuck are we doing here? Let's figure this out. And hey, we're artists. That was fun. Then phase 2 was when it was like, let's make an art-fueled life. That's what phase 2 was. And we've been doing that in Daily Fuel. And now all of a sudden I realize, hey, you know what? We've been trying to fit our desires into this world. This world sucks. Let's get rid of this world and just build our desires. And that's it. That's phase 3. We're doing it Monday. And then, we're not going to finish it on Monday. Maybe we will. I don't know. But that'll be the last Daily Fuel. We'll figure it all out on Monday. Let's see what you guys say. Ray says, sweaty evening. Okay. You're sweating? Because I'm actually not sweating, which is nice for a change. Hector says, hello. Hello, Hector. Kirsten, hello, Bobby. Hey, everyone. Let's do this. I'm pumped. Good. That would have been better to read in the beginning. I guess hopefully you're still pumped and not thoroughly confused. Hello, says Amy. Maybe watch the live or replay if I fall asleep. Did you fall asleep during that? I doubt it. Maybe you did. I don't know. Yobles. Is that hello? Hi, Peter. How are you? Robin's here. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Bobby. Ooh, 2 Bobbies. I like that. Nice. And Marcia. Hey, Bobby. Hey, Marcia. And Peter, I'm already laughing. That's good. Hang on, I'm going to take a sip of water. Amy, if we aren't commenting while you're talking, it's because we're concentrating on what you're saying. I get that. I understand. Thank you. Hello, Bobby. Hello, Bobby, and all other beautiful artists. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I like that. I like when you say riffraff better, but you know, it elevates me a little bit. But this is nice. Everybody's on the same plane. I'm sure you meant that I was beautiful too. I'll take it as that. Was I one of the first in the group? I think, yeah, you've been around a long time. Amy, you balloon. Bobby, this is a response to Kirsten's comment about being pumped. Oh, you balloon. Got it. Mind over matter. Tell them to go. I don't know what that means. It was probably in response to something that I said, and I don't remember what I said, so there you go. Yes. Rebel. Reject. Oh, the world. The world. I'm rejecting the world. Tell them to go. Is that what you meant? Yeah. Reject the world. Totally. Whatever I said, Peter is totally in agreement. I love it. Why not? Now, not so much. Now he's like, why not? Before it was totally, and then it was like, why not? He's waning in his enthusiasm, apparently. Okay, I'm tuned in, says somebody that I can't see. Let's see who this might be. It's Jackie. Hey, Jackie, how are you? Nice to see you. Jackie needs to click the Ecamm link. Jackie, there's a link in the description of this post. It says click this Ecamm link to give me permission to see your name. Otherwise, I see Facebook user. You only have to click it one time. I'll try to remember to tag you with the link later if I remember. Amusement. Peter, you got to give me more than one or two words at a time, buddy. I need some context. I need some meat and potatoes to the contents here. We are masters at playing the game. You know, we are masters at playing the game. We have these desires that are amazing, and our job wasn't to come here and just play and make stupid shit. Our job is to expand the universe, except what happens is we get here and we look at the universe that's already here and we go, wow. This is look at that thing and look at that thing. And did you taste this ice cream? It's unbelievable, right? And it's like, so we're so consumed with what we can see and hear and touch and smell and taste and all these other things, and that we kind of get locked into it as, well, this is reality and we have to conform to it somehow. But that wasn't what it was. It was like, no, this is what's already here. Let's build on top of it. It's kind of like if you have a Lego set, right? And you want to play with this Lego set, and you got all these bricks, right? Lego bricks. You got all these bricks, and then, but then you go to play with the thing, and you realize that the instructions say to build this thing. So you build that thing, and it's cool. But now you still have all these other bricks because it wasn't just that one set. You have all these bricks, millions and millions of bricks. Millions, billions of bricks that you could build anything that you want, but you're just like, yeah, but look at this nice house that we already built. I mean, it's really nice. I don't want to mess this thing up. It's already cool, and I don't know how to add to this. This Lego thing isn't working for me. Forget that. It's not like Legos. But anyway, it's already here, and we don't know how to build upon it because it doesn't seem like what we want fits in. It doesn't seem to plug in. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem to connect like Legos. Maybe the Lego thing does work. This is what happens when I make analogies off the cuff. Sometimes they are brilliant, and other times I'm halfway through it going like, I hate this analogy. This is really not working for me, except I've already said half of it, so now I have to complete it. Stardust. This could be Jackie again. It is. No, it is not. Yes, no. It is. It's Jackie. Stardust. We are Stardust? Is that what you mean? 11 watchers. Oh, still 11. Look at that. Ray, 500 million lifetimes I've seen. I think I understand this shit. Yeah, I bet you do. Jackie says, so we open our eyes to recon the forest. You know, I really didn't talk much about the forest now that I'm thinking about it. But I was only thinking of that expression that you can't see the forest for the trees, right? So the idea there is that when you're mired in your own stuff, you can't see the forest, meaning the big picture of your life, the broad big picture, because you're so focused on this tree and that tree. And those trees that's my job, and my boss wants that thing, and my kids need this, and the car did that thing, and you know what I mean? It's like things are acting up or things aren't going up. If I don't just shut up and drink water, my tongue will just like that eventually. Right, so that's what I meant by that. And then I realized as I was saying it that wow, what if this forest is so big that we don't even real we think that the forest is, let me just get like 10,000 feet above my life so I can see, oh, there's everything in my life. Oh, I see how it works now. No, the forest is so freaking big and we are the forest. You are the forest. You are your forest. I am mine. So do we open our eyes to recon the forest? If you like to think of it that way, that's fine, I suppose. But that's not where I was going with it. Where I was going with it was that you are the forest. We're not trying to fit into the forest that we think is the world, which I want to reject all of it, everything. Just reject it. And we're going to talk about what that means in the future. Today, I'm kind of laying. This Daily Fuel is kind of like if the teaser to the movie that's coming out, right? If Phase 3 is the next several months of Daily Fuels, today is a taste of where I think it's going. I haven't written them yet. I don't know them yet, and they haven't come out of my mouth yet, but I think they just did. And a particular 60 Earth years, 1,000 years ago. A particular life, is that what you mean? Yeah, that's cool. So what, you like can remember them? That's interesting. I have the whiplash from Flashback. Context, dude. I don't know what that means. Focus. Yes, a 10-hour Daily Fuel. I don't have the energy for it. Actually, I probably do have the energy for it, but I think by hour 3, I'd be talking like this because I would just start getting like that weird raspy. My throat is too dry, and I need to stop talking for a little while. They recur until we get it. Maybe. But what does that mean? Because beginnings and endings are a 3D concept. We are eternal. What happens to the eternal spiritual being who finally got it? What does got it mean? You know what I mean? What are we trying to get? What are we trying to learn? I don't think that there is any getting of anything. I think it's just fun. I think we're just a lot of kids having fun, and the fun never ends. Ever. Never, not ever, ever. I'm lost. Oh, okay. Jackie's lost. Let me. All right. So I glossed over your last question, so I shan't do that again. You're lost, and are we? Why not? You gotta tell me why not. What? Now are you saying why not, or are you saying like why not? Why can't we do that? I don't know. I don't know which one you're asking. Are we unable? Are we here unable to recognize the forest? Yes. What I'm saying is, and I apologize if you're lost, don't feel confused because this is like this new thing that I just wanted to be like, guys, I thought of this thing and it's amazing, and I knew you were all going to be like, what? Because I feel like it's bigger than I can articulate in one shot. I feel like it's going to take time to grow into this thought that I have. But the thought that I have is that we have, in a nutshell, Jackie and everyone else who might be lost, it's kind of like this. We are spiritual beings who were born into a physical life, and somewhere along the line, it has become common practice that people dilute or give up on their dreams because they don't fit into the world. And we have assumed that the world is just right, and that's just the way it is because that's reality. And so we've changed our dreams and our habits and our thought patterns and our everythings to fit into the world that was already here when we got here. So if you want to get the forest out of your head, it was just a thing for the title. But if you want to put it in the terms of the forest, then we got dropped into this forest, and we decided that we didn't fit in this forest because we don't fit with the trees that we can see. All we can see are the trees that are around us. We can't see the whole forest. And what I'm trying to say is that I think that the forest is way bigger than we ever thought that it was, or that the world is wrong, and And it's not wrong because it's complete and it's not the right world. Like, oh, I'm a spiritual being and I came to the wrong world. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that our perception of the world is incomplete and wrong because we're deciding that, well, based on what I can see over here and over here and over here, my dreams don't fit in this world. And so I guess I'm wrong. But it's so much bigger than I think we're even trying to imagine it to be. That's the best I could do today. If you're lost, then just keep tuning in next week because we're going to keep talking about this, and I'm going to get this. I can see it and I can taste it, and I can't. That was loud, Jesus! I can see it and I can. That's right. It's right. I can't get it out of my mouth the right way. The words aren't there yet. I need practice with this. But that's what's going on, though. I think I'm lost too. It's okay. I'm lost too. It's a jungle out there. I'm so not lost. Well, good. All right, let's see what Kelly said. Kelly, unable to see the forest, failing to see the game and fully step out of it. Reject the world by creating your own and believing in it so fully that you don't allow the world that you've rejected to deter you. Yeah, that's part of it. And I'm trying to say it bigger than that. But yeah, but bigger is what I'm trying to say. But yes, you're on the right track. I tuned in a bit late. Is this still Jackie? It's a jungle out there. I tuned in a bit late. That's okay. And then Mike says, I'm glad I'm checking. Mike says this one should be shareable. That's a thing about Facebook groups. This is a private Facebook group, not a public Facebook group. So any post in a private Facebook group is not shareable just by default. That's a feature of Facebook. It's not like I decided I'm not letting anyone share anything. It's just that's how private Facebook groups work. And this group wouldn't work as a public Facebook group. It wouldn't be a safe space for people to come in here and be like, guys, I want to share something with you, but I don't want to share it with the world. And then I go, hey, guess what? This is public, huh? Right? So no, it doesn't work that way. It's a private group. I read these already. So yeah, but thanks, Mike, for that. However, you can invite people into the group and then they can see it. And also, well, I'm going to get to this on Monday. I'm not going to talk about it today. Bobby, I can see my own world taking shape, and it's because this group has helped me to change my perspective. Yeah, Crimson, your posts from earlier this week or last week or whenever that was, this was a weird week. My time has warped on me from this week, but was exactly right when you said like you're starting to see your art business overtake your job in terms of money making and just like all of the things that you're trying to build. It's because you're not allowing the world as you see it to deter you, as Kelly said, from pursuing your dreams. You're saying, no, I'm just going to pursue my dreams, and the world will mold itself to fit your dreams, is kind of what I'm saying. And yeah, that's that. And nice hair color. I like it. Robin, Jackie, I think Bobby's reacting to leaving his daughter elsewhere. No, that's no. Until the moon pops in and sheds light. I know there's a train of thought here, Peter, and I'm not following it, and I apologize for that. But that's not a sentence. That's a clause, and I don't know what the beginning of it was. I'm sorry. Who's this? Maybe. It's Thomas. Hey, buddy, how are you? Maybe the end is the beginning, and the beginning is simply the journey to it. Because if we've always been eternal, technically there was an infinite factor that denies a beginning. So then we're born into a human beginning on a human understanding. Yeah. The beginning, as we see it, is, well, birth, right? I mean, that's the beginning. Hello, I'm here, and the end, the ultimate end, is death. And so we fear it, or we avoid it, because we don't know what's next. But we can have faith in what's next, and we can believe in what's next, and we can kind of know what's next. And I don't even think there's a next. I think it's just I don't think that the next thing is like, oh, and now I'm a spirit. Like we've always been that, is what I'm saying. So maybe the end is the beginning. The beginning is simply the journey to it, because if we've always been eternal, there was an infinite factor that denies a beginning. Yeah, I like that. I like the way you said that. Then the trees vanish, and someone knocks on my door wanting to kill me because I'm black. Did that happen? Um, okay, that comment kind of threw me for a loop there, buddy. I'm not going to start talking on racial injustices right now, but the wow. Okay. Hang on. I don't want to just be like, yeah, next comment, but I also don't I'm not feeling how this is in keeping with where I was going with this. However, the I want to get to that, and today's not the day. How's that? Because there's something in what you just said that is brewing in me, and I don't know how to say it yet, and I don't want to fumble over it. Does that make sense? I don't want to fumble over it because it's not going to be said correctly, and it's going to take a lot of thought and time. But I would like for it to be said. But it will not be today. I apologize for that. An art revolution or an art evolution, I'm still pumped. Good. It could be whatever one you want it to be. Make a world based on our desires. We already have done that here. This society within the group is entirely different than most current societies. We are already creating the new world. The more we recognize it and allow our true soul's desires, the more and more it manifests. Bring on phase 3. Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like this group is a microcosm of what it is that I'm trying to create for my life, and inviting everybody to create for your life as well. Right here, we can all do it here together. And a lot of us already are, which is just amazing to me. Nah, I don't want to live in that world, clearly. Yes, I know that. And neither do I. And that's part of the world that I'm saying to reject. But I really don't want to just half-ass think off the top of my head on that specific topic. I would like to be more thoughtful if I'm going to talk about that. Hi. Who? It's Jackie. Hi. Okay. Marcia says, I'm kind of speechless on this. I need to do some thinking on this and our place in the universe. Great subject, Bobby. Thank you. Yeah. Like I said, keep in mind, guys, that this wasn't like, hey guys, I have a complete and finished thought, and here it is. And by the way, this is the book, truncated for beginning to end. This is hey, I have a new idea, and it goes kind of like this, and I don't know what's next about it, but I'm working on it, and now we're going to start working on it. And this is just the introduction to the idea that I want to work on moving forward. It's kind of like everything we've been doing, I want to move it up a notch. I want to move it up 10 notches. And this is my introduction to that. So if you're confused, I'm confused too, because I have the feeling of it. I don't have the full words for it yet. But that's what I like about Daily Fuel, is that I say things and you say things back, and you guys give me the questions, and sometimes you give me the answers that form the words. Life is a journey of experiences, but when you've traveled a while and experienced lots of good and bad roller coaster stuff, I think it's okay to spend a while focusing on your desires and perfecting your art. Of course it is. Absolutely it is. Definitely. And there's more. And get to the top of your roller coaster and dwell in the joy of it being glorious. Yeah. It's like I want to riff on these things, but I feel like I'm going to go into analogies that aren't exactly it, and I'm not sure. Because what I'm feeling is that I'm ready to go on to a new roller coaster. I'm ready to go to a better amusement park. Oh man, that is so interesting that I just said that. You know, we were at Great Adventure just the other day, and we've been going to amusement parks with our kids since they were little, and they've always loved them. And it started when they were really little, and we'd go on the little rides, right? And they loved all of that stuff. And then my daughter always loved the roller coasters, so she and I would go on them, or she and my wife would go on them. But my son didn't like roller coasters until more recently. And he still doesn't like the ones that go upside down. So, but he'll go on anything else as long as it doesn't go upside down, which is fine. And so we're at Great Adventure the other day, and halfway through the day, we just had this feeling that the energy at the place was lower than us. That we had to kind of climb down from where we've gotten to in our spiritual life to be in this place. And while this ride over here was awesome and that ride was insane, the rest of the park and walking around and going and getting food and all of the stuff just wasn't doing it. You know what I mean? We had a good day, but the interesting part of it was we just kind of felt like, man, we're really ready to level up. The coolest place we ever went was Disney. We loved it because it wasn't just this ride or that ride or this show or anything. Like, the whole thing was just, everything was just on par. It was just good, you know? But this place and some other places that we've been to in the last year or two, we've realized we've either outgrown or we've kind of like it's, I don't want to say below us, like oh, I'm snooty and like it's where we don't hang around with these kinds of people. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the energy level at the place, by the place, and by the people that were there. The energy level was palpably lower than the energy level that we usually reside at home. You know, so getting up and going to this new place wasn't like an upliftment. It was more of a, oh, we have to be down here. Oh, I have to. It's like if I did Daily Fuel from down here all the time, it's like, it's still good and I'm still talking. You can still see my face, but you know, it's like I gotta get all the way down here. It's kind of silly, you know. So that's what it felt like. And if I'm going to use the analogy that Amy just used, that's what I feel like I'm at now. It's like, okay, all this stuff we've been doing has gotten us this far, and I feel like to keep talking on this level, I'm ready to move up a level or 10. I feel like I'm ready to skyrocket up levels, and I want all of us to skyrocket up levels. And I don't know how to say it yet, so that's what we're doing. Oh. Okay, you got it? Good. I think that's probably Jackie. It is. You got it. Wonderful. I'm glad. Crimson, I'm letting go of the handles and throwing my hands in the air on this roller coaster. I'm shouting at the top of my lungs, this life is awesome. That's awesome. I love that. Meaning recognize. Okay. I'm thinking that what you're saying is, I'm beginning to understand what you're talking about, Bobby. I'm now catching up to you, and I understand that you don't have it all down yet, so we'll figure this out together as we go. That's what I'm taking from that, Jackie. Good. All right. Wow. Hang on, people. Kelly's making me work here. Reincarnation. It's part of the way that I look at astrology. The end of one lifetime is just a lead up to the next one we choose. We are energy, always moving. Ends, right? Not ands. Ends and beginnings are just portals. It only looks like one or the other depending on what your perspective of it is. Zoomed out from our human perspective, it's a complete circle. No end or beginning in sight. Exactly what I'm saying. Good analogy, good way of putting it. We are just cycling through the universe on an infinite loop. Right? That's why infinity looks like this. No teaser. Came in late. Who's this? Still Jackie. Okay, gotcha. Why not equals, why not reject whatevs? Okay, why not? Like you're saying, yeah, why not? Right? Why not? No, why not do that? Perfect. I'm with you, buddy. Oh. See, I love this. So Jackie's new to Daily Fuel, and as you're finding out the hard way, Jackie, is that when I say something and you're like, oh, and you write oh, meaning like I agree with you. By the time I read it, I have no idea what I said or why you're saying that or anything like that. So I just assume that you're agreeing with me. Bobby, you are right on. You're making more sense than you think. Okay, good. See, that is that's a comment I can understand. Thank you, Peter. All right. These types of thoughts I call knowings, where all of a sudden this huge concept just makes so much sense to me. That's kind of what I feel like I had today. It's exciting and even hilarious that the wisdom kicks in so quickly, but it's difficult to articulate at first. I'm glad you're taking the weekend to digest and fully download all of this. I feel where you're going, and I'm so glad to be on the way there. Good, thank you. That's a beautiful way of saying what I'm trying to say. You said it in 2 sentences. I said it in 1,000. Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, because we're going to the city tomorrow, and then my wife is like, maybe I'm going to go to the city on Saturday. She's definitely going, and I might not. I might stay home with my son. And then at first I was like, oh, good, I could do Daily Fuel. And then this stuff started, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to take the weekend. I'm going to go from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to take those days to just let this stuff gel, and I'm going to come in with guns a-blazing on Monday, rather than try to figure this out by Saturday. I'm not going to have it figured out by Monday, but on Monday, I'm going to know where I want to start to figure this out. Kelly, awesome statement, Kelly. Yes, this here is a new world and a beautiful one where we can explore, expose, and evolve amazingly. I love this comment of yours. Oh, so this is what is this a comment on our comment? Yeah, on my side, I don't see replies to comments. They just show up as their own comment. Well, I do not ever do live or either attend them. Maybe I'm not live ready. Sorry. I appreciate you, Bobby. Thank you. Is this Jackie? Oh, darn it. I let the... Oh, there they are. Once again, I forgot. Maybe I'm not live ready. Sorry. No. It's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. Here's what I'm talking about. You are on Facebook. You are on Facebook. You don't have to be live. You don't have to do anything live. All you're doing is you're watching me be live and you're commenting. But I am using a third-party software. I didn't click the live button in Facebook. I'm using a software called Ecamm Live to go live inside of Facebook, inside of a private Facebook group. And private Facebook groups have privacy settings. And so part of the privacy setting is that the group will not let me or will not let Ecamm show me your name or face, which is why it just comes up as Facebook user. This will happen to everybody in the group. Every single person in the group will show up as Facebook user until they click that link one time and give Ecamm permission to show your name and face to me. You don't have to be live. No one's going to see you. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to click that link every day. You just show up and you comment as usual. And if you don't click the link, you can still comment. You're showing up on Facebook. You're showing up in the comments on the Facebook thing. But I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at that here, which is why I know it's you, because then I go, who is that? Oh, it's Jackie. I can see you on Facebook. Does that make sense? So you didn't do anything wrong, and you're not nothing. Jesus, Kelly. You've evolved out of a vibration that a lot of the world is sinking deeper into. Yeah. Life that way will never be satisfying to you ever again. Nope. It feels like a much deeper understanding and embodiment of the ancient wisdom that you've accumulated over lifetimes. You are remembering what you've always known but made yourself forget when you came into this life to be Bobby Donahue. Yeah. Yes. And then I go places or I look at things and I'm telling you, it's about rejecting the world. Reject the world is about, that's what I should have called this one. I'm sorry, Jackie, the forest thing, I didn't have this articulated well enough. I got better. It should have just been reject the world. That's what I should have called this one. I never should have mentioned forest and trees. That didn't even make any sense at the end of the day. But yeah, Kelly, that's it. And we're going to get to we're going to get into this much more deeply over time now. The highest point of the old roller coaster is the bottom of the new roller coaster. Oh, Amy. Oh, that's so good. Oh man, right? What we used to think was like this high peak. Now I get on that and I'm just like, this is lower than the bottom of my new roller coaster. And that's what I was feeling at Great Adventure. For the most part during the day, I was just like, I can't people like this anymore. I can't. I hang out with you guys so much that when I hang out with other kinds of people, it's just like I can feel the energy is so palpable and it is so low. You know what I mean? And we have to figure out that that's another thing. It's not just going to be reject the world. I think it's going to be lift. Maybe reject is the wrong word because we're still here, but maybe it's rebuild. Maybe it's reinvigorate. Maybe it's re-evolve. Maybe right, there's a better word. We'll get it. We'll get it. Jackie, we all went through a learning curve with these videos. You're absolutely fine. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see. Hurry, Bobby. I gotta poop. That's not Jackie. See, Jackie, now you're understanding why. It's very important that people can see your face because I may have just assumed that was still you, but clearly it's not. And I don't think you want the whole world thinking that, hurry up, Bobby, I got to go take a dump. That's Thomas. So there you go. Dude, go to the bed. You can bring your phone with you to the bathroom. I'm not going to care. The only one who can't do this in the bathroom is me. You guys can do this wherever you want to do it. Just got done on the treadmill. Awesome thinking there, Bobby. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Hey, Kelly is on fire tonight. Yeah, Kelly was on fire tonight. Repurpose the world. I'm gonna play with that word, Kirsten. We're gonna help me think of words, guys. We're gonna re the world. We're gonna re-world the world, right? Anyway, let's be done. Because I need a nap before bedtime, I think. So, guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. As a reminder, there will be no Daily Fuel tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday, and Sunday is always off. So that's 3 days, again, that I'm taking off. But we're going to return on Monday kicking ass. Are you ready for it? Be ready for it. I'm ready for it. Amy says, we have honest, in-depth conversations here. I think you're talking to Jackie. And out there, it's difficult. Oh, you're talking to me. And out there, it's difficult to find people at the top of the roller coaster. It is. But they're out there. And I think we can reach down. The nice thing about being above is it's easier to reach down and pull up. It's hard to be below and push up. I think. Reinvent. That's a good one. Who said that? Thomas. Yeah, these are all good words, guys. These are all good words. One of them, Ray pops in with a late comment. That's unusual. One of the most frustrating things about the infinite circling, some people that you traveled with before don't remember. I bet. Night all, says Amy. Are you talking to me, Ray? Is that, or is that just in general? Night all, yeah. Amy, have a good night. And it's late there, right? Guys, I'll be around in the group, but I won't be doing Daily Fuel till Monday. Monday we're back. Amy, you get the, nope, you don't. Robin does. Robin, I wish we could help the whole world be at the top of the roller coaster along with us. Yeah, we'll talk about that too. I'm not sure that that's even the job. I'm not sure we're supposed to. That's a whole different can of worms there, Robin. Thank you for saying that. Okay, guys, I'm really going. Jesus, stop commenting. Robin. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a good night. Amy, you get the booby prize. We're done.